We love and respect him, man. We know him from the before we know before he knows, so we know him. You know what I mean?
So what's the difference between the grandfather and the son? Do they have similar playing styles? Different?
He would have to tell you.
Okay, all right,
I can't hear.
young man. Well, how does it feel to play with the great Tarrus Riley?
I mean, it's a great experience, you know. A lot of people been telling me that they don't really hear the difference between me and my grandfather, and it sounds like nothing changed. So, you know, I guess that's a good thing.
That is a great compliment. Because when Glenn told me he had a son that was out there with Shaggy, I was like, wow. And then Glenn hooked up with Tarrus, and they're like, wow. And now Salim, and I'm like, wow, triple wow. So that means Tarrus, will we see any of your kids in the band as well?
They got to concentrate on school first.
anyways, my name is Sheila Moody, that's the lady, Reggae channel on YouTube. So please help me welcome the great Tarrus Riley, who put on an awesome performance. And he's here with one of his newest bandmates, Salim Brownie, of the great, Brownie tradition. All right, so I guess we'll open it up, the floor to questions.
Lady J from 91.9 KCSB Radio in Santa Barbara. Tarrus, you did a new song, Baby Blue. Talk about that song.
Produced by Don Carleone. It is my latest song. Yeah? And I love it. I really love it a lot. Sweet melody. And I want to hear more songs like that.
That was the actual discussion today with a lot of the musicians, hearing more songs of real depth and real messages, lovers rock and healing, as opposed to a lot of the songs that we're hearing on the radio in Jamaica.
There's good music, you have to just find, you have to search, Good things are hard to find sometimes, so.
Was that the first time you performed that song here in the U.S.?
No.
When was it released?
A couple months now. But songs like this, you have to them soak. You have to take time with it. It's not fast food. You have to soak it,
Well, we love when you have songs like that are soaked and marinated and
Thank
we
you.
love. And thank you again for coming to Sierra Nevada.
Oh gosh, it's been too long.
We love you, and it's good vibes tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. It's been too long. Much love.
I'll make this quick. Tarrus, I was at the show with Bears and Bougie on, I guess it was January 1st. Yeah, I was so happy and overcome with joy when you brought your son on stage. And so I don't know how many children you have, but are they all interested in music? And is the son that was on stage with you at that concert continuing to play music with you when you perform?
Yes and yes. Yeah. School first though, music next. But we come from a musical family. My son, his name is Mekim. Because his name is Mekim, so I just call him Mekim.
You get it?
Yeah, but Mekim. I call him Mekim. I know he makes music.
When you gonna make Mekar?
Huh?
When you gonna make Mekar?
Well, actually, I have 2 daughters before that. So I was keep getting girls. So them act like I couldn't get a son, so I make him and call him Mekim. So that's how them get the name. And he's the only one in the world with the name, with that meaning.
Good evening, DJ Tiffany here at KCSC Santa Cruz. #1 fan. I know I share that sentiment with many people in the room here. Tarrus, I was asking you earlier about you uplifting the women in reggae music, and how is it that you pair yourself with the ladies? Do they ask you to help them, or do you seek them out and recognize their talent and then showcase and work with them together?
I usually don't predict how working happens. Most of the time, it happens natural. Excuse me. It gives me the hiccups. So, yeah. But I like collaborating with artists, especially females sometimes, you know, because we can sing different kind of songs. So I've done a lot of collabs. Shensia, me and Leela have one, me and Elaine have one. I have a new one right now with Patrice Roberts. Nice. So I mean, I think that's something else I would like to see a lot, you know. Collabs with man and woman singing together. It's a cool, nice combination, you know. And I don't try to overthink it. I just try to, you know, if it feels good, then we just work. And
Well-
I'm always trying to be there working with artists. I have a collab with Massacre, excuse me, Massacre, Zaga, Third World. Oh gosh. You know, a lot of, you know. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is cool. Yeah, I need to start performing with these ladies more often too. Yeah.
With Beyonce, with Beyonce.
I mean, Jay-Z is just, he's not calling me back. I keep calling me.
Yes, Tarrus. I'm one of the lucky ones because I think in the past 8 months I've seen you 3 times, right there. You know, you remember the Reggae Cruise, you did a wonderful job. And I'm glad
Thank you.
Anyway, my name is the African Teacher. I'm a radio DJ from Indiana, South Bend. And I love and play music worldwide. But anyway, I'm from Malawi, Africa. All right. My question is about collaboration. You just mentioned that. You know, Afrobeat and Jamaica, they are now coming together musically. They've been there, but now it's coming heavy. Any future projects, would you collaborate with somebody like Davido or?
I have a song with Stoneboy,
I know that.
and it came out right before pandemic on a project named Blem. A song called Gyal, Gyal, and it means girl you are love. So it's not Gyal like a frivolous thing. It's like Gyal, an acronym, girl you are love. So you can check that song. It's me and Stoneboy. And I love African music, and you know, I don't see Afrobeat separate from what we do. Neither do I see Africa separate from who I am. Yeah? So we're African. So Afrobeat is our beat, anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's one, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're one. Yeah.
Blessed to see you both, Tarrus Riley and Glenn Brown. When you spoke about Glenn Brown, one of my interviews a decade ago, amazing interview was with Glenn Brown, your grandfather. So I just want to give thanks to him and the experience that he gave me. Just his demeanor of like, come, being very welcoming. Just wanted to like talk about his family. So important, and it's a blessing to know, like, okay, I'm here now and seeing grandson, yeah,
Right.
grandson. So just give thanks to him first and foremost, and then also Tarrus Riley, you too. Reggae Nation gave me the opportunity to interview you prior, and you gave me the love. So thank you, man. Okay, so I did listen to some great collaborations. Like you spoke of Jay-Z, possibly, right? And then also if you have opportunities with Afrobeat, but in your like your lane now, is there an artist that you see yourself collaborating with that you haven't said now? Like, who? Maybe
Honestly,
even a talented artist.
the only artist I'm looking at really and like excited to collaborate with are my children.
Beautiful. Love it.
And so far, so good. School first.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm lucky, you know, I'm blessed and lucky. I had the opportunity to do a collab with my father. More than one.
Yeah.
So that's like the dream collab, right? You know what I mean? So I don't really force them, and I'm not really looking outside of myself to make music, you know, respectfully. So, you know, those things happen naturally, and it's good when you and artists connect, not just do it because doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, organic, right?
Yeah.
As organic as me being here and to be able to listen to you both. Give thanks. Thank you,
Respect.
Reggae Nation, always.
Respect. Yes.
Rasta man.
Rasta bless. Tarrus. I like the move you're doing with you're trying to do with Jay-Z, and I like your emphasis on education, because education is the key to, you know, it started with our orientation. And I like that, how you emphasizing, yeah, music is great, but my kids have to have education first. Because the problem is that a lot of people come into the business with the creativity, but they don't have the business knowledge, and they really get exploited. And this has happened in the past, and I love the new people now, the young generation, how they come in with the education. And I want you to talk about hip hop, because I see that you have a flavor that you can, you know, I mean, you got your own thing, you know, we know this, but I know you versatile. You know, you do dancehall, you do roots reggae, you go everywhere, and I could see you really doing some nice stuff in hip hop with like Jay-Z and a lot of other new artists, you know, Timberland with the beats and things like that. Have you ever thought about doing some collab or just doing something? Because I see a lot of songs are like that could go that way.
Yeah, I think about it, but I don't overthink about music when I'm creating it. I think about the message first, and then I think about how to get the message across. Because a good song doesn't really need a rhythm. A good song is a good song, because you can remix a song. There's many songs that are hip hop songs that are not reggae songs that are not that, you know. Music accompanies the song. So I'm more focused on songwriting and what the song is saying. Yeah? And then genre next. And I'm versatile, I would like to think. And I'm working on learning new things so I can keep you guys excited in how I make music. I don't want to get bored doing it or you receiving it. So, them kind of way, you know?
Yeah, respect.
Cool.
I'm seeing the statesman kind of an ambassador approach with the role. I ain't trying to put you there, but I'm just seeing that because when I saw you coming forward, you know, you had these like elders with you, like being phrasing a lot of elders, you move amongst them, and now I can see a growth level, and that's what I'm seeing, even in the way you know, you're articulating and talking about the music and where it's going in the family. Could you give me some more background on that?
I'm just living and learning and growing, hopefully. So it's a part of life, right? When you're 5 years old, you're different when you're 10 years old. So I'm happy to be right in the middle. A lot of new artists call me Big Bro. And then a lot of artists that I look up to call me Little Youth. So I'm right in the middle. So I understand today's music and I understand what music was. So I think that's a unique place to be. So I'm happy for that. Yeah.
Respect. Thanks.
Yeah. Big up. Yeah, done? Yeah, that's one.
Yo, I just want to say, look, I appreciate all your music and all you do. From back when I first recognized you as a youth, you know? And
You as a youth?
Yeah.
How old are you?
You didn't want to know, man. I'm in my 40s.
So how do you, so listen, so tell me.
But I can think I'm 25 still. You know?
Alright.
I remember you, and I've seen you evolve, and I appreciate your music, a lot of your music. I take it to heart, where I love it. So I'm just curious to know, like, out of all your songs, you think you could give us like a sample, or just tell us like one of the songs that that's very special to you, or just anybody's song really, or whatever. You can say any other one. You know what I mean?
My song or somebody else's song?
I prefer yours really, but just curious, you know, because all your music is good as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? But I know, like, I feel like I've seen your music evolve from when it started to where it is now. It's like, I call it now, it's like grown folk music, you know what I mean? Like, I'm big now, so it's like, I think it's still, but I think it's from when I was a young one, I should say. And I'm just curious, like, which one of your songs you feel like, I don't know, touch me. You gotta sing a sample or give a story or I don't know, whatever you want, you know what I mean?
It always depends on the mood I'm in. Because I make mood music. So sometimes it's Lion Park. Because that's the mood I'm in. Sometimes it's a love song. One of my favorite songs is Burning Desire. I love that song. But I love my music when I'm making it. So it's always like the one I'm working on now. That's probably my favorite. My favorite song is always the new one I'm working on. Yeah, and I try not to get caught up in what I've done already. I don't want to be the one saying, hey, you know what I did this. You know what I mean? I always want to do nothing. Thanks, man.
Desire, because I love that track. But it's about the weed.
I mean, you said that. You can interpret it how you want. That's a good song.
Yes, good evening, Tarrus. This is
You look like a sniper, like.
Yeah, man, our firehouse will come from this, you know?
Don't shoot.
Alright, yeah, man, so, anyway, I'm Lyndon Johnson from Cara Press. We've been around the LA area for about 23 years now, a newspaper, news magazine. The question I want to ask you, I say you have a good chemistry with you and Dean Fraser. How did that whole union come together?
From my father. The original Taxi Gang, Sly and Robbie. Yeah, that's the man that grew up, you know? Robbie Shakespeare, Sly Dunbar, Robbie Lynn. Yeah? The whole, oh gosh, man. So Dean know me before I know Dean.
In the belly.
I mean, sure. You know, so. And then, yeah, man. Oh gosh, man. That's another blessing. Yeah? It's a big blessing.
Question, I know it's Father's Day weekend today, and you're
It is?
with your son and things. What can you say to the fathers there? And in the reggae, as a reggae celebrity speaking to fathers, he's in Jamaica now.
What do I say? Big them up still. You know what, fathers, you want me to lie, you want me to be real?
Real man.
Father's Day sucks. Because fathers don't get enough props, if you ask me. And for some reason, somewhere, somebody put Mother's Day and Father's Day in a competition. So I was watching a comedian and he said that on the list, Father's Day is 20. And he can't think of 18 that, you know what I mean? But jokes aside, it's cool to be around children. So if you have kids, spend time with your kids. If you have the opportunity. A lot of man, like my father, gone. So if he was here, I know he'd want to be here and say, hey, what's going on? You know? A lot of man in jail. So they're confined, they can't. You know, so if you have the opportunity to spend time with the youth, trust me, a blessing. So, you know what I mean? But I don't like to give people too much advice, you know. Because I believe that everybody have advice to talk to them. So I don't have to tell them what to do. Them know what to do.
Okay, my last question is, I know you perform at a lot of festivals. What's so special about the Cernovada Festival? Can you share that with us?
It's special because of the people. People make it special. There's a different energy on this side. And yeah. And the effort to come here is not easy. When you see we come out here now, we travel over distant land and sea to be here. So we look forward to that, you know what I mean? And you know, we're not coming so far to joke around. We want to give you the best we have. You know? So, but definitely the people, we always get good energy on this side. For sure. Yes. Alright. Any more?
I'll have one question.
Let's hear it.
Tarrus, thank you for being here at Sierra Nevada World Music Festival.
Thank you, family.
you have mentioned that you would like to collaborate with your children.
When time is right, yeah.
So I asked this question because I have a 10-year-old and he's into music as well, and I would prefer him to really be involved in the reggae music, but sometimes he wants to be, you know, exploring other type of music. What would you say if your children or would wanna explore other genre of music, or
Actually,
would you want them to be in the reggae music as well?
I want them to be themselves. And they actually explore music. They love all type of music, you know. Again, I don't have any musical prejudice. I'm just more interested in the content, I would say. You know what I mean? So because I do reggae, dancehall, every kind of music. I have a rock ballad with Ellie Goulding, powerful. It's not reggae at all. You know? I'm not really interested. Like, reggae is my first love. Dancehall is my first love. I'm a dancehall baby. Reggae is my father music, but we grew up in a reggae house. But dancehall is my generation. So, I don't really have a prejudice against genres. I'm more interested in the conversation that you have over the beat.
And the message. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
said.
what I like.
Thank you. And I'm Elia, by the way, with KPFA Reggae Collective, representing your music for a long time now.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to the youths that want to get into the music scene?
Ask our youth. What kind of advice would I give them?
Just do what you love, to be honest. Just experiment. You really don't know what will come out of it. Just do whatever you feel like.
Says Mr. Brownie.
One last question before we let you go.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So, I have a Fancy Lady music channel, right? And I asked each of my guests to name what fancy thing that you wear.
Fancy?
Other than your fabulous self. Yes.
One fancy thing that I'm wearing? You go first.
I'm a big Vans fanatic.
I'm wearing a tattoo with my sister that can never come out as the fanciest thing in the world. Yeah.
All right, thank you for the great Tarrus.
Fancy. Listen, stop calling me great. Great in the making, please. Yeah. And let me tell you why. The people who I revere as great, I'm nowhere near them yet. So I'm in the making. Yeah.
So much love you.
I love you too. Thanks. Thanks. You want to give it? All right, thanks.
Slip me slide around. Let's get you inside with the light.
Oh, okay.
Take care.